out of Jim Carrey called me up last week. I talked to him for 5.5 hours. He's like begging me to like get a deal with Q. That's it. You're gonna die. If you ate, you're gonna die. You can't get over that. That's a death sentence.
So what's happening in our world right now? Because there is a lot of news that actually is relevant. That's not that.
See, this is Jim Carrey right here. This is definitely Jim Carrey. That's Jim Carrey.
I would eat a human. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
No. I think the only way
you wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
He's acting and looking very different. Did the Illuminati finally get their loudest whistleblower and clone him, thus silencing him? This is like 2 conspiracy theories in one, so here's everything you need to know.
I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower.
Neil Armstrong guy. Have you seen him on the talk shows?
Neil Armstrong being the first man to walk on the moon?
Talk about a fish story.
Yeah.
Man, and they're buying it.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Did the industry just clone Jim Carrey? Girl. So after all these years of Jim exposing the industry for their demonic ways, he disappeared and randomly appeared again amidst the Epstein saga looking like a completely different person. Not only does he look visibly different, has different eye color, but he sounds different too. And he is now backtracking on everything he revealed earlier. Mind you, he has been brought up a lot by people since this Epstein mess started, so the fact that he conveniently pops out again after years, just to go back on everything he said earlier definitely says a lot. And guess who is already exposing receipts of this new Jim Carrey being a clone? Kanye West. Now, in case you're somehow out of the loop on what's going on with Jim Carrey, speculations about him being cloned have exploded following his appearance at the 51st César Awards in Paris a few days ago. People were shocked to see his new look because it's nothing like the Jim Carrey we all know. All the way from the color of his hair to his face, everything is weirdly different, almost like someone tried to make a replica of him.
And it's not only that, it's his voice too. But hey guys, it's your boy G Reacts. I hope you're having a great day. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, take 1 second, hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second. It won't cost you anything. You know, I don't like to hold y'all too long. Let's get right into this. Let's see.
And didn't get his features quite right. And now conspiracy theorists are saying that original Jim Carrey was replaced, and that's why he has been off the scene for so long. Mind you, in those Epstein emails that were released, there was this one email talking about cloning people. In fact, another email said that Biden died a long time and the current Biden is just his replacement. I know, just wild. People are saying that all this time that Jim was away, he got swapped out with a clone. Now, I'm not gonna lie, some years ago, if you were to tell me about these wild Hollywood conspiracy theories, I would have called you crazy and paid you no mind. But baby, after these Epstein files practically confirmed every conspiracy theory to be true, you really cannot just discard these things. Hell, even Jim Carrey tried to tell us what they were doing and he was called crazy too, only for everything he said to come true. And right when that happened, this secondhand version of him pops out? Let's be so for real.
So people now think that Jim Carrey has been replaced with a clone after seeing this interview.
My favorite funny face is the one I'm wearing right now.
The face you're wearing right now?
What do you mean by that?
Now, that's just one clip from this 2-minute interview, but I will say, when you watch it with the idea of he's been replaced, there are moments in it where you're like, what do you mean by that?
I'm dead.
And here's the thing, he's in Paris receiving this honorary Caesar Award for basically his entire career and his impact on comedy and film. He's being honored for 50 plus years of his life. You could tell he's emotional, he's talking about his dad, it's sentimental, but we've never seen him like this, or at least I haven't. Anytime I've seen a clip of him, an interview, a movie, he's always like off the wall, this wacky personality. So you see him in this like sedated, calm manner and you're like, that's not Jim Carrey. And I don't believe in the clone conspiracies, but even when I'm watching this interview, I'm like, did this dude get lobotomized? Like, why is he so sedated right now? So while I say that I don't believe in the clone conspiracies, I'm not gonna say that something isn't up with Jim Carrey because crazier things have been proven right.
Now the thing is, the industry has been trying to silence Jim ever since he made those allegations about the Illuminati. I mean, we all remember that one Jimmy Kimmel interview he did in which he literally exposed Jimmy for being part of the Illuminati. Jimmy was fighting for his life, trying to act all confused, but Jim wasn't letting up on him.
Yeah, this is classic.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh, I like it.
For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on, you know? And they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things and, you know, and look at him trying to...
Jim Carrey's girlfriend died not long after he made those remarks. Oh, and if you thought this was bad, wait till you hear what he said during his 2018 acceptance speech at the BAFTA Awards. Jim already showed us signs that he was crazy, but this right here was a whole discovery. When he got on the stage to accept his award, he blatantly accused everyone in the room of munching on you-know-what for ritualistic sacrifices.
And I would say he never proved that he was crazy. He was just showing that he was real and he was trying to expose stuff without anybody, you know, getting lost around him. Let's keep going.
Now, of course, everyone called him crazy, and the media outlets also run with that narrative. But looking back now, he wasn't crazy. Everything he said was exactly how it is, and the Epstein Files proved it.
Kidnapping children is not what great nations do. We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is.
And regarding why people allegedly get cloned, well, it's because they are easier to control. From Jamie Foxx to Gucci Mane to Britney Spears, there have been talks about how all of them were replaced by doubles. And this is exactly why a lot of people, including Kanye West, believe he was cloned. The only people they ever do this to are people who speak out, and that isn't a coincidence. In fact, Kanye was even almost a victim of cloning at one point, and the reason he was able to save himself was that he exposed the person who was going to be facilitating before they even had the chance to get him. He posted this threatening message he received from Harley Pasternak that said, "I'm going to help you in one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use curse words, and everything that is discussed is based on fact and not some crazy stuff that a dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to Zombieland forever. Playdate with the just won't be the same." And notice how he said he would throw Kanye into an institution again? That's because back in 2016, Kanye got arrested and thrown into a mental hospital for evaluation without even agreeing to it. And guess where the arrest went down? Harley Pasternak's house. Just like they did to Jim. They could have easily put him in another facility again and cloned him, but since he exposed...
Doesn't that sound very familiar to what happened to Wendy Williams? How they just threw her in there. Like, look how he blatantly just says what he's going to do to another grown man who was a billionaire at the time. Now imagine if they wanted to do that to Wendy Williams, who isn't a billionaire. Like, you can just do that to somebody against their will if that's what you feel like you want to do to them. These people are in bed with horrible people. Let's keep going.
That would have been a bad idea because everyone would know. Anyway, going back to the things Jim exposed about the industry, it all got brought up again once the clone allegations began going around, and people have been digging deeper to see the connection between the things he said and some of the stuff that has been exposed recently. And baby, all I have to say is, the receipts never lie. The first was this disturbing video that went viral of the now missing model Gabriela Rico. She was speaking Spanish in the video, but it has since been translated to English, and the things she said were disturbing, to say the least. She was literally beside herself, crying and going off about how she saw celebrities literally consuming at a Hollywood party she attended. Judging from the video, she managed to escape the party and run out to get help, but absolutely no one was taking her seriously. Interestingly enough, right after this came out, she disappeared. Mind you, the video came out in 2009, and she's still missing to this day.
So they make a hole in, and they tie string around, and then they put it all around the body, but they're naked, and they got this tattoo on the private with like little piercings. Okay. Not like earrings, but like little gold piercings around their private. Yeah. And they all dance around with skulls on in the church there. Okay. So they have skulls, like the teachers and the staff, they got 20 skulls each.
And how do you know they've got 20 each?
Yes, because I counted once.
Oh, and let's not forget this creepy video of the author Barbara Marx slipping up and confessing to same thing. Her team tried to do damage control by claiming it was a slip-up, but I want y'all to watch it for yourselves and tell me if this sounded anything like a slip-up.
By everything that we do, the babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight, the babies we eat,
And then there was this actress Roseanne Cherry Barra, who also blatantly accused your favorite celebrities of munching too. All these accusations, coupled with the fact that it was confirmed that this demonic mess was going on Epstein's island, you'd be really delusional to deny that it's going on. Everyone cannot be telling the same lie. I'm just saying.
No, they eat babies. That is not bullshit. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do it. They say you can't wake people up that are pretending to be asleep, but I pray to God, please wake up even those who are pretending to be asleep with the irrefutable truth of what the worst people on this planet are really up to. They are really up to that. They're doing it. There are so many victims.
For years, there has been a long-standing conspiracy theory that Hollywood and the elites harvest the blood of young people and transfuse it in order to reverse age. And now the Epstein Files might have revealed that that is in fact true. In this email to Jeffrey Epstein, it says, all you need is a blood transfusion from the pack and you reverse aging. This is where adrenochrome comes into play. It is a real chemical compound found in the blood when the body is in a fight or flight situation. And we know that the kids that were involved in Jeffrey Epstein's network were definitely put into fight or flight. And of course, we've seen Hollywood elites like Chrissy Teigen tweet about how they're going to a party where they're serving up 4-year-old cheese pizza with adrenochrome and, of course, the eye emoji. And according to the FBI code words, cheese stands for little girl and pizza stands for girl. Now back to the email. The subject is Dr. Agus, a professor of medicine and biomedical engineering at USC, pretty local to Hollywood. He is also the founding director and CEO of the Ellison Medical Institute. You know, the medical institute funded by Larry Ellison, the new owner of TikTok. And he's also hosted a Paramount show with big celebs like Ashton Kutcher and Oprah Winfrey. If you know, you know. And I think that Hollywood and the elites have been using predictive programming to get us used to this idea.
And this is insane, but once again, we have Ashton Kutcher's name popping up again. This is why we fry him on this channel. Oh, Ashton, he's a good guy, but you're always in these horrible situations with horrible people at horrible times, and we're going to keep connecting the dots on him. I'm going to keep frying him.
Take Monsters, Inc., for example, where a bunch of monsters go into little kids' rooms to get them to scream, harvest those screams, and then provide energy for the city of monsters. Except in reality, the monsters are a little less cartoon-like.
One thing is for certain, and that is that there is something seriously wrong with Jim. The Jim Carrey we have now seems absolutely nothing like the one we've had for years. And if what Kanye said is true, then we can only imagine how many more celebrities have been cloned. Maybe there might be some truth to the Gucci Mane cloning allegations after all. As usual, people had their thoughts like this person who said, wow, they've cloned so many. They got Kanye, Jim Carrey, Ariana Grande, Britney Spears. Another person said, Jim Carrey wasn't concerned about facelifts and Botox. That's the first red flag that proves someone else is impersonating him. Jim knew he was far more than a physical body. He was more connected to his higher self. I'm too much of a fan not to notice that's a mask or a clone. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Kanye?
And I gotta agree with that. Let me vibe with y'all for a minute. Shout out Urban Noir. Go show her some love. It's your boy Jet Ski G. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, you know I love y'all. Let's get right into this. When I first seen this with Jim Carrey, I thought, also, he is in touch with his higher self. Why are you doing all this stuff? But then when I actually heard him talk, it just didn't sit right with me. It didn't seem like the Jim that I knew. Not my Jim Carrey. It wasn't my guy. Like my guy. He was deep, thought-provoking, and this guy was like, I don't know, some fake accent. Just everything about this person seemed fake. So, you know, I definitely want some more answers with Jim Carrey because he actually was one of the original whistleblowers, one of the original people saying that something's wrong with Hollywood and was saying things about the different things that were going on with Hollywood and the little ones and the things that they were doing. Then the Epstein Files came out and we found out that Jim Carrey was actually telling the truth about a lot of these things. And it's unfortunate because this is a time when Jim Carrey should be vindicated, when Jim Carrey should be celebrated more for being one of the original people to actually speak up. But at this time of the Epstein Files release, it seems like now Jim Carrey isn't here, which is crazy. And then with the Kanye West part, with him wanting to speak out and talk about things, and then having somebody who actually came off like a handler telling him, giving him two different options of what they're going to do with his life, as if, you know, your life's on the line if you don't do what I tell you to, is more than spooky and more than weird. Also, I got a couple other questions about the other things that have been going on in the world. And we're going to start talking about what's going on in Israel, what's going on in Iran. So drop it in the comments. Let me know if y'all want reactions to the things that are going on around the world. I've been testing different subjects with our community to see what y'all want to talk about. You know, we started off more talking about celebrities. We really haven't gotten into a lot of political stuff. Even though the Epstein Files, they border along political, we tended to talk about the people that are in the files. But I believe that we should talk about everything going on in the world. So y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that. And I think now more than ever, we have to reaffirm the mindset of protect the children. Remember, on this channel, with our community, with the family, we don't care if they black, white, Puerto Rican, Irish, Indian, Jewish, Russian. I don't care. I don't care what color the child is. We got to protect children. We got to continue to stand up for children. We got to continue to expose weirdos within the industry. And then we see things like this where one of the main exposers, maybe something could have happened to him. But that shouldn't deter anybody from still exposing and still speaking the truth. Because a lot of children can't speak for themselves. I think I looked at a stat and it said over, was it 8 million children go missing yearly in the U.S.? Which is, I mean, not in the U.S., but worldwide. Which is a very high number, which is a very scary number. So we got to continue to speak up, continue to stay vigilant. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, you know I love y'all. Drop it in the comments. Let me know if y'all want more Israel, Iran, America, things that are going on globally on the channel. Because, you know, I'm going to give y'all an update on that. I'm actually going to drop a video on those subjects later on tonight, maybe around 11 o'clock. So look out for that. I'm also going to drop another video right here. Click this video right here. I'll catch y'all in this video right here. Out, y'all.